Corner, and this is your August 4th forecast. And so we have the Sun still in Leo, and it is a difficult aspect to Pluto and Neptune. So let's talk about that. Your Sun, your authentic core, who you are, how you authentically define yourself, or how you authentically live your life, and what makes you fester from the inside, let's put it that way, is quincunxing today Pluto. Pluto is the planet of transformation, it's the planet of rebirth, but it's also the planet of death. And so there is a part of you that needs to die in order for your sun to be able to shine. So maybe you have a insecurity in your life, or maybe you have something that holds you back from being successful, right? And this has something to do with personal power. It has something to do with how your career, life path, destiny. And if you are stuck in a corporate job working 9 to 5 and you just, you're appeasing your job, you're appeasing your household, providing for it, but you're not authentically living, you're going to feel this quincunx today. And if you are thinking in a magnanimous level, meaning if you are thinking delusionally, it's actually not going to work either. So if you are presenting something that is not truly authentic, if you are saying, I'm this person, but technically you're not that person, people are going to tend to see who you are today, because Neptune in Pisces is going to be quincunxing your sun. So truly, truly be authentic today for your sun to really gain the respect that it deserves. If you're one of those people that are trying to be boastful and live unauthentic, but to try to impress people, you are going to have a terrible day full of nothing but harsh quincunxes. And I'm just going to be honest with you. There is a lot of intense energy today, but there's also some beautiful trines. So I'm going to start out with some of this intense energy. So Saturn and Scorpio, which is now direct. So you've lived through your lessons. We're in the last degrees. We're in about 28 degrees. We're going to, we're really just tying things up in your karmic past, in karmic relationship from about 2012 to 2014. And it is squaring off with Venus in Leo and Jupiter in Leo, both in the exact same degree. So these guys, they're one-on-one. So if something from your past comes up, it's going to set off both both Venus in Leo and Jupiter in Leo. When Venus is in Leo, it's in retrograde right now. So it's all about your heart, but it's all about not letting your heart get the best of you. It's all about, you want to pleasure seek, but there is something limiting you, something holding you back. And I just want to be honest about that. And then Jupiter wants to give you these like benefic gifts, but since it is in the same degree as Venus, it's kind of holding back. It's kind of pulling it back. It's kind of assessing the situation. It's kind of waiting for Saturn to give it its cue that it's okay, that it can actually, give you gifts. So say that you are one of those people that have learned your lesson, you paid back your karmic debt, then I think Saturn is going to give the signal, and you guys are going to be one of those benefic people. However, I think that there is a dramatic number of you that are going to fall into this squaring energy. That if Jupiter says, is it okay, Saturn, if I can go ahead and give them, this blessing, Saturn's going to say, no, they're still stuck in my classroom. They didn't do any of their homework. They didn't turn any of it in. And so, you know what? They don't get your benefic gift. They don't get to go to the next level. So Venus in Leo and Jupiter in Leo are both in 28 degrees. So these guys think hand in hand. And it's very, very important that you understand that. And then Mercury in Leo is about 23 degrees. So these are all working hand in hand. So how you think on a day-to-day basis, how you communicate on a day-to-day basis, how you rationalize your routines on a day-to-day basis is going to be amplified by Jupiter in Leo, your heart. So most of your routines are going to be based on how you feel in your heart, what drives you, the passion of a lion, the heart of a lion. And then it's also going to be past driven. So if there is somebody from your past that is just pulling at your heart, and no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to get away with it, these people are just tugging and pulling at your heart and making you can't get away from your heart. Like, you want to be logical. You want to have that Venus and Virgo play a part. They can give you the best life. They can logically provide you the best outcome. But who can provide you with your heart full? Who can make you feel fulfilled? Who can plug you in? Who's the other half of you? Who's your twin flame? Who's your soulmate? You know, that's what you're going to be asking yourself. And then Jupiter is going to expand that authentic desire to go out and find that. And then your logic is actually going to go out the window today. And so that's why you're going to experience all these squares. But perhaps it's a karmic relationship that you have some debt that you need to pay back and that you really need to take a look at. Understand that Mars in Cancer is going to be trining Saturn in Scorpio. So if you are living a passion-based life, if you are living authentically, if you are living with what really often plugs you in, like what gets to you, then that's when I think you're going to experience this trine in home and family, in your heart, in the intensity of your emotions, in your deep, dark chocolate layer. Is going to drive you to want to solidify this issue today. Now, Uranus in Aries is going to be trining Jupiter in Leo and Venus in Leo in retrograde. So, expect the unexpected. You know what? I know that you want logic to play a bigger role in today, but your heart is going to be your heart. It's going to be quite unexpected, and it's going to be dramatic. And I just want to say that to you because I sense that it's essentially like love is in the air, but love is in the air on a heart-based level, not on a logic-based level. So when Venus was in retrograde in Virgo, it was all about day-to-day routine. It was all about thinking it through. It was very analytical. It was very critical. Today is all about your heart, your soul, love for the sake of love. It's like movie love. It's like Notebook ending love. It's like that kind of love. And so expect the unexpected in your emotions to deter you from that person. Or it could be a creative endeavor. Maybe you thought you were on this path. It was a logical path. Maybe, okay, let's say that you're an investment banker and you are doing very well in your career, but you have been feeling this need to be creative, and you have been feeling this need to have a creative outlook, but you know that it will conflict with that logic-based job that pays your bills every day that you're doing really exceptionally well at, and it's exceeding. So today, Uranus could throw a wrench in that and say, you know what? You need to creatively express yourself, and if you don't, you're literally going to die. Like, there is some special gift that you have to give everybody, and you need to open it up, and you need to see what it is, and you need to let it out of you, and it needs to explode, and it needs to manifest. And I think that will be quite unexpected for you when you thought that you were perfectly happy in this lifestyle where, you know, you were going to be an investment banker, let's say, and it was very logic based. You are going to find that today is not logic based, and I'm going to tell you why. The north node in Aries the south node in Aries and the moon in Aries are going to be in the exact same degrees, and so your emotions is going to be on board with your predisposed wiring in your self-oriented wiring, and it's going to oppose the north node in Libra. Let's talk about this energy. I think it's pivotal today. I'm seeing it throughout the week, and so I want to talk about it. Okay, so your moon, your emotions, is in Aries, which is in self. So let's say that your moon is in Aries, and okay, so your emotions are in self-preservation. It wants you to be authentic with how you want to live. It wants to fill you up emotionally on the inside. It wants you to be selfish about what it takes to just feed your insides, right? And then you have the south node in Aries. So that's your predisposed wiring. That's the wiring that you came into the world with. It's not your north node. Your south node is the wiring that you came into the world with. And the north node is the wiring that you need to become to be successful in this lifetime. You want to ascend to that lifestyle. But for today, we're talking about your emotions being on board with your predisposed wiring, but it's opposing your north node. So there's something that's holding you back. There's a predisposed wiring that you want to hold on to. So I want to say that there's something that is pulling you back, that is ego-oriented, that is resistant to change, that is self-serving, self-indulgent, and it is opposing forward movement, progression, partnerships, others. And so you're going to be feeling this tug of war today to authentically meet your own needs, but to actually meet the needs of others and ascend. And so it's a confusing energy if you have not been working on it. If you have been working on it, this is going to be a breeze of a day. You're going to experiencing the two trines that I'm talking about. So Mars in Cancer is going to be trining Saturn in Scorpio. So let's say that you've been doing your work and you don't fall into the categories of having these quincunxes and these oppositions. Then you are going to experience a karmic day that's beneficial, that removes obstacles, that plugs you in, that makes you feel alive again, that makes you feel like you're progressing, that makes you feel like you have reached the top of this home and family situation. You have made a commitment, you have made a decision, that you see this family unit being this way, and you get to have it because it's just a benefit. It's just a benefic day. Also, Uranus in Aries is going to be trining Jupiter in Leo, which is conjuncting Venus in Leo, both in the same degree. So let's talk about that. It means anything that's in your heart, anything that's in money, anything that's in opportunity, anything that's in beauty, anything that's in romance, anything that's in, real estate could unexpectedly give you something that boosts your ego, that boosts your self-esteem, that makes you feel worthy, that makes you feel desirable, that makes you feel beautiful. I mean, all these things are going to work hand in hand. So if you've been doing your due diligence work and Saturn lets you out of the classroom and lets you walk over into Jupiter's classroom and sit there, then you're going to have this super benefic day full of nothing but opportunity, expansion, authentic living, rebellion against what you used to be, progression. So it has the ability to be a beautiful day. I see that you have this very hard day full of nothing but delusion and reality checks and personal power conflicts and living authentic. Okay, we have that day. And then we have the day of like emotional fulfillment, Saturn tying loose ends up, and that we see a conclusion to all the past painful experiences, and we get to have Saturn's benefic gifts. I see that Uranus is going to give us some unexpected opportunities, and that Jupiter is going to open up for expansion in our heart, in our soul, in our deepest desires, in our creative endeavors. So it is really a crapshoot today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.